morning. But look, how am I feeling this morning? How are you feeling? You know what? In many ways, I'm still fuming with the officiating yesterday. I think that I mentioned something last week about how statistically, I think it's Michael Oliver, when he referees Man United games, the chances of us getting a penalty percentage-wise are minute, but the chances of conceding a penalty are around 20% or something like that. There is something going on with officiating and Man United. Now, people go, oh, you used to have the referees in your pocket under Sir Alex. I lived through the Sir Alex years. We didn't win titles because of referees. We won titles because our team was way better than everybody else. What I'm seeing yesterday and consistently over the last couple of years is some weird anti-United movement. And United need to keep their eye on it, because I've never seen officiating like that yesterday. But we won the game. And that's the most important thing. And what Ineos need to do is not hide behind these results and pretend everything's okay. If Arsenal had a decent striker yesterday, they would have won that game. I mean, people say Ollie Watkins. I think Ollie Mers up front would have scored for them yesterday. So as much as Ligt was brilliant, Bayinda was brilliant, Maguire was brilliant, I'm not blind to the fact that Arsenal should have scored a couple of goals with a decent striker. And then we'd be in a very different mood. We fought against the odds. It was David versus Goliath in relation to playing against 12 men, and we had 10. And it's a great win for us. But I'm realistic. It wasn't a great performance. And Arsenal with a decent striker probably win that game. So we're still quite far away off, and we need to bring players in. And Ineos, my eyes are all on you. I was slightly annoyed in the press conference after the game yesterday that there was a question asked about Rashford. This is not Rashford's fault, by the way. I'm not moaning about Rashford, but we've had two really good results. And my concern is, like, we saw it after Man City with the Rashford interview on the Tuesday, and he's still here. And even in that game yesterday, there shouldn't be one question about Rashford or Casemiro or anybody else. There were so many questions to ask. And Amrim gets asked about Rashford again and whether he's going to play on Thursday. And it's just like, we need to move on from this. Like, we can't keep talking about these players, whether it's Casemiro or Rashford. Like, we're building something else now. They're not there. Casemiro was on the bench and he didn't play a minute again. He didn't play at Anfield either. We are not using Casemiro. Rashford's not even there. Wasted time talking about them. Move them out. And then we can't talk about them. I think the players, I think the manager, and I think a lot of the fans have moved on from that, you know, that thing, but the journalists won't. So again, Ineos, like, it's a big week. Let's start moving some of these players out and moving some players in. A lot of people asking about Ugarte. I want to talk about this quickly because it's topical. So yesterday in the game against Arsenal, Ugarte headbutts Havertz, apparently. Come back to that in a minute. Obviously, Arsenal fans, some of them, you know, not content that the referee was on their team, now want Ugarte, now moaning about Ugarte should have been sent off. I mean, how many more decisions that shouldn't have gone your way do you want? In the press this morning, there's a few outlets saying that Ugarte could face a 3-match ban. If we get a 3-match ban, I would expect Manchester United to instruct their lawyers and start analysing the vast amount of evidence of Man United getting unfavourable decisions against them. He absolutely should not be getting any retrospective ban of any kind. I've watched the incident numerous times. At no point does he headbutt Havertz. They go head to head, and yet again, Havertz goes down like a bloody prat and tries to make out he's been headbutted. But the most important thing is in that incident, Havertz has Ugarte round the neck, literally holding him round the throat. So, you know, we've seen players get sent off in Casemiro for grabbing somebody's collar. So this cannot escalate into anything. I've seen it multiple times. There is no headbutt. There is no headbutt at all. They go head to head and Havertz dives again. But Havertz has hold of his neck. So there shouldn't be any retrospective ban of any kind for this. But, you know, with the FA, you never know, but it would be ridiculous. Dan V says, if Ugarte gets investigated, the ref needs to get investigated. Borderline corruption, says Dan V. Well, did you see what Harry Maguire said? Did you see what Harry Maguire said after the penalty on the pitch? He said, "You cheating shithouse." Now, I don't know whether he's talking to Havertz or the referee, but absolutely spot on. And it's nice to see the players sharing in the frustrations that we do, because that doesn't happen enough. I think sometimes Man United players in the past, recent past, just accept this sort of stuff and don't show any passion. And I'm certainly not going to have any problem with Bruno Fernandes throwing his boot on the floor because he didn't get a blatant free kick, or Harry Maguire calling a ref or a player of Arsenal a cheating shithouse, or Ugarte going in on Havertz as well. I've got, I want to see that. I want to see all that stuff. That penalty call just flipped the switch in the team mentally. It created that us versus the world feeling. Amrim needs the support now, says Shaunak. And Josh Burke says, I deserve an Oscar for my performance in the home end yesterday. Whole team were brilliant. The back line were warriors. The subs made an impact. Best thing was game management from Amrim. Mate, Josh, you deserve an Oscar. How you could not give away that you were a United fan in the Arsenal end yesterday is incredible when you think about all the refereeing decisions and the fact that we won on penalties. We bought Vidic for pennies. De Ligt is a monster, says Parker. Oh, De Ligt appreciation super chat, says Perry. I'm loving the fact that there's so much support out there for Xerxes and Bienda, Ugarte, and De Ligt. I mean, this is again why communities like this are so important, because you think back to when we bought De Ligt and some ex-players of Manchester United, some ex-players of not Man United, many voices in the media talking about De Ligt being a bit lightweight, a bit slow. I mean, I nearly fell off my chair in the summer. I was like, have they ever watched this guy, or have they just seen another foreign player coming into their league? There was at least 3 or 4 occasions yesterday where De Ligt, I've seen one where we have a corner late on, an Arsenal break, and he out sprints the whole team and Arsenal players to get back. The fact that people think De Ligt's slow is incredibly peasant football knowledge, and yet that gets cultivated on the mainstream. People were actually saying he's just a Dutch Harry Maguire. Well, based on the way Harry Maguire's played recently, I wouldn't mind that, but they're not. They're very different players. They're both very good in the air, and they're both very good at blocking. But I mean, to say De Ligt's slow is just it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that people get paid for that sort of opinion. Arteta will be sacked after that performance, says Constantine. It was so worth it last night staying up, Mark. Originally from the UK, this has been the toughest season to stay up and watch United in Hong Kong, says Dale. Well, it's good that people are getting that reward for the support. And Courtney Will, welcome to the Members Club. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.